Let's be honest right from the beginning. Kindness alone will not save you. If you believe that simply being a good person will guarantee success, respect, and fulfillment, you're clinging to a dangerous illusion. Deep down, you already know this. You've seen it play out countless times, even if you hesitate to admit it. How often have you watched others take advantage of your good nature? How often have you chosen honesty, generosity, or loyalty, only to be overlooked, dismissed, or worse, betrayed? We've been taught since childhood that goodness will be rewarded, that fairness rules the world. But the reality? It's far more ruthless. The world doesn't hand out medals for virtue. It respects power, strategy, and those who understand the hidden currents of human behavior. This is the wisdom ancient thinkers knew well, that human nature is not fundamentally fair. It's self-serving, unpredictable, and, when needed, merciless. And here's where we must confront a hard truth. Virtue without wisdom is a weakness. Goodness without understanding is an open invitation to be used. Now reflect. How many times have you been caught in that trap? Think about the people you admire, those who have achieved things that seem almost unreachable. Were they purely kind-hearted? Or did they master both light and shadow, knowing when to extend a hand and when to shield themselves? The greatest achievers do not see morality as a chain, but as a tool. They know when to show compassion, when to stay silent, and when to wield strength. They are not victims of circumstance. They are masters of it. The problem isn't that you're good. The problem is that you don't know how to protect your goodness. You assume others are playing by the same rules. They're not. The world is full of charming predators and opportunists who can spot naivety from a mile away. And without realizing it, you've been marked as easy prey. But there's a solution, a middle path. It's called strategic kindness. This isn't about becoming manipulative or heartless. It's about combining your virtue with an unflinching grasp of reality. It's about seeing people for who they are, not just who you hope they could be. It's about recognizing motives, predicting intentions, and guarding your inner world. You can remain good, but you must stop being naive. The philosopher Machiavelli famously said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Harsh, yes, but look around you. Haven't you sought to be loved, accepted, harmless? And what has that strategy earned you? Certainly not unwavering respect. Certainly not immunity from exploitation. You see, kindness without the backbone of strength doesn't inspire admiration. It evokes pity or worse, contempt. I'm not here to tell you to abandon your principles. I'm here to urge you to become intelligent about them. Understand this. The world doesn't reward purity. It rewards effectiveness. True virtue is not blind self-sacrifice. It is the intelligent, strategic balance between ethics and pragmatism. Image matters. Reputation matters. How you are perceived is often more powerful than who you are. Project weakness, and you will be treated as weak. Project strength, and doors will open for you. Ask yourself, how many times have you swallowed your opinions, softened your edges, dimmed your light, just to keep the peace? And did it truly bring peace? Or did it invite more disrespect? Being strategic isn't about cruelty. It's about survival. It's about mastering timing, when to speak, when to listen, when to advance, and when to withdraw. Kindness, wielded wisely, is a mighty weapon, but unguarded kindness becomes your greatest vulnerability. The painful truth is that most people don't value sincerity as much as they value security, leadership, and strength. They respect those who can make hard decisions, who command authority without needing to beg for it. Machiavelli would advise you not to be the lamb among wolves, not to let your goodness make you an easy mark. True virtue is sharp-eyed. It's not submissive. It's adaptive. It knows when to bend and when to stand tall. So, ask yourself again, how much longer will you let the world trample over you? I'm not telling you to stop being kind. I'm telling you to fortify your kindness with wisdom. Learn the art of moving in the shadows when necessary. Know when to extend your hand and when to keep it close. Learn when to smile and when to bare your teeth. The world isn't fair, but you can become someone who moves through it with eyes wide open without losing your soul. Understand this. Machiavelli didn't write to breed villains. He wrote to teach survival in an unfair world. And now, the question is yours. Will you continue to cling to the fantasy that kindness is enough? Or will you rise to a higher form of intelligence? This brings us to one of the most overlooked truths. Perception shapes reality. It is not enough to be strong. You must seem strong. It is not enough to be wise. You must be recognized as wise. Think about it. How many brilliant, hardworking individuals are sidelined while mediocre manipulators rise? How often does bold confidence outperform quiet competence? This is not coincidence. Human beings follow perception more than substance. They follow those who seem certain, those who appear to be in control. The tragedy is that so many capable, ethical people assume their merits will speak for themselves. They believe that truth needs no marketing. But the brutal reality is this. In the real world, you must shape how others see you. Machiavelli understood it perfectly. Your image is your armor. An insecure leader, no matter how capable, will bleed credibility. A worker who hides in the background will be forgotten. A person who downplays their worth will be treated accordingly. You must learn to craft your narrative. It's not about deception. It's about guiding perception. In every social setting, people don't see reality directly. They see through the cloudy lenses of bias, fear, hope, and assumption. And if you don't manage those lenses, others will twist them against you. If you seem weak, you'll be treated as weak. If you seem unsure, you'll be discounted. If you seem forgettable, you will be forgotten. The ability to control perception separates those who steer their lives from those who are pushed along by others. Now, let's go deeper. The art of controlling information is essential. The powerful don't reveal everything. They understand the value of mystery. They know when to speak and when to remain silent. Many believe that endless transparency is noble, that sharing every thought and emotion is virtuous. But in a competitive world, information is ammunition, and you must guard yours carefully. Machiavelli advised rulers to conceal their true intentions, not to be deceitful, but to be wise. Because once you reveal your entire hand, you surrender your power. Be careful with your words. Speak deliberately. Share selectively. Maintain an aura of mystery. The moment you become predictable, the moment your motives are obvious, you lose any strategic advantage. Great leaders, creators, and thinkers always keep a piece of themselves hidden. Strategic silence is just as powerful as eloquent speech. Think about those you respect. Do they flood you with their insecurities and inner doubts? Or do they project calm, controlled energy that leaves you curious? Transparency without discernment is not honesty. It's self-sabotage. Reflect. How many times have you overshared only to regret it? How many times have you trusted too easily, giving away insights that others later used against you? True power lies not in endless talking, but in measured, purposeful communication. And now, let's explore an even more dangerous weapon: unpredictability. Predictable people are easy to control. If you always react the same way, with anger, fear, eagerness, you become a puppet for anyone who understands your strings. But when you cultivate unpredictability, when your next move is not obvious, you become untouchable. Machiavelli knew a leader who can be easily read is easily overthrown. A leader who surprises, who adapts, stays in power. Never let people fully define you. Never become a cliché of yourself. Stay dynamic. Be capable of change. Let others wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning. When people cannot predict you, they fear you. And with fear comes respect. And finally, the crown jewel of strategy, the art of distance. Those who are constantly available lose their value. Scarcity creates desire. Distance creates impact. Look around. The most respected individuals aren't the ones who flood your life with their presence. They are the ones whose time, attention, and energy feel rare and precious. When you give too much, too easily, people take you for granted. It's human nature. Abundance breeds complacency. Scarcity breeds respect. Machiavelli taught that a ruler must maintain a certain distance, not to disdain the people, but to preserve their reverence. This lesson applies not just to kings and politicians, but to you. In work, in friendships, in love, protect your energy, value your attention, offer it with intention, not by habit. When you regulate your presence, when you create moments of absence, your presence gains weight. So ask yourself, are you overexposing yourself? Are you making your kindness, your loyalty, your time too abundant, and thus invisible? If so, it's time to recalibrate. Kindness is beautiful. Compassion is essential. But without strategy, they become chains rather than wings. Learn to be both, kind and strategic, open-hearted and clear-eyed, generous and guarded. Because the world won't change for you, but you can change how you move through it. Master the art of kindness with strength, virtue with wisdom, presence with mystery. And when you do, you won't just survive. You will thrive. You will no longer be the pawn. You will become the one who moves the pieces. Choose wisely.